What's up, people? What's up, black people? It's me again. Okay, I want to talk to you guys about something that's very important to black people. It's involved our history. It's been in our history. Which caused a lot of movement, and it's called employment. We need jobs and employment and businesses to survive, money to survive. So. We fought hard, to, what I'm saying, obtain that in this racist society that we are born in. And which is why I want to bring this topic up. It's called at-will employment. Okay, at-will employment is a tool of racism. It's a tool to allow companies to operate outside of federal guidelines. I've been a victim of this many times. I'm facing that right now again, and it's because there's clause in their law, in their law. At-will employment, is a tool for racism. They did away with affirmative action because they said black people was giving black people preference for treatment. Okay, this at-will employment is giving white people and Mexicans preference for treatment. The Mexicans, they're racist too towards black people, so the white people use that, and now that's why you see you go in some of these fast food joints, you'll see nothing but Mexicans in there, blacks, and you got a community of black people. You have communities of black people in most of these stores where there's only all Mexicans, and once the manager get in there and there's a Mexican in there, they're gonna hire up with their own people. Okay, now. I want to get off topic, but at-will employment allows these companies to discriminate against black people. You have on applications these days, you have a gender. Why would you need that on an application? Why would you need to know what race I am to hire me? What difference does that make? If it's really, what is that there for? Because most of the Mexicans are getting all the jobs, all the porter jobs, all the janitor jobs, custodian jobs, all the jobs that black people held for years in this country and had to work free for. We worked those jobs for free during slavery and even after slavery. When they freed us, we had to fight for wages. And I'm tired of hearing that term, the Mexicans doing the job nobody wants to do. Okay, black people was forced to do those jobs for free for years and centuries. And then once we got freed, once we gained our semblance of freedom, because we're not free yet, you paid us peanuts. So we had to fight for that too. We fought for that one, which is civil rights. This is why this is so important, black people. Okay, we won civil rights. Okay, I don't think we really understood what that meant. But the white man had to the racist white people had to hurry up and counteract that. That's why you see these new laws now, like affirmative action. That's why they repealed affirmative action and replaced it with at-will employment, a right to work states. See. All that was undone. Civil rights was made obsolete. They do this to counteract that. So black people, I'm faced with it's affecting me right now. I lost 3 good jobs, more than 3 jobs over the last 20 years. I've been struggling trying to hold a job, and each time I'd be one of the top workers there. It's nothing about your performance. They can tell me, because you don't get along with people on the job. No, it's because people don't get along with me because I'm black. Like I said, racism. We have a real race problem in this country. And they're using they're using at-will employment to do it. And that's a tool for racism. If racism still exists in this country, and we do have a race problem in this country, how could you have a law like like at-will employment. I worked for Catholic Charities 3 years out here in Las Vegas. One of the top security guards there. Showed up for work every day, made sure I did on my job, but I kept getting discriminated against. I was fired because I'm black. You had the director of security kept passing me up for a promotion. I was going to get the supervisor position. And they used every other means. Every time I was up for promotion, they would come up with something else. That's called moving the goalpost. And the crazy part about it is that these companies and these organizations that's supposed to help us, they don't help us at all. Like the EEOC. EEOC don't do anything. They're there to make sure you lose. That's a federal organization that don't do nothing for black people. And it's just there to make it look good. Like, oh yeah, we put that there. You know, every time I file a case with the EEOC, nothing happens. I wind up losing. You know, I lost that job at Catholic Charities for doing my job. That director of security, his name is Greg Laughlin. He told me that he used to sit around a campfire and listen to his grandfather, his grandfather used to tell stories how he used to hang coons. He said this right in my face. I have a witness. A witness corroborated my story, saying that, yeah, you heard Greg say that. The only reason why he even said something, because he's not from this country. He didn't know what that meant. He was from Iraq. And he didn't know what that statement meant for black people. So he told the truth. I have record of that. And that dude, Greg Laughlin, the director of security, it's still working at Catholic Charities. Even after that guy told the truth, and yeah, he said that. Even after the CEO tells me that racism don't exist at the Catholic Charities. And he told me to get the fuck out of his office, basically. This is how they treat us. And all you women out there, black women out there, who support the Me Too movement, stop it. Because it was a woman, a white woman, involved in me getting fucking fired. She was, CEO of Human Resources. Yes. And she knew exactly what that do. She was part of it. And until most of these white females and these Mexicans are part of this racist activity on these jobs, and they allow their bosses to practice this shit, and they practice racism on the job. But as soon as the boss turned his attention on her, now they want to holler, oh, women are getting harassed on the job. Well, most of these white women, Mexican women on these jobs allow their bosses, and even them, to fuck over black people. But this is why we're seeing what we're seeing in this country today. And when you allow wrongdoing like that to happen for so long, you allow that person to think he can do anything he wants to. And this is why you see most of these white women complain about these jobs now, complaining on these jobs about bosses talking about, these bosses sexually harassing them. Because you allow your boss to violate black people's civil rights. You helped him, so he felt empowered. Now he turned that shit on you, and you don't like that shit. This has been going on for years. And that's all it is. But at-will employment is a racist tool. It's a tool to allow them to be racist, to allow them to operate outside of federal guidelines.